It's that time of the night where we can get a little closer. You can get a little more relaxed. And ladies, if you need that musical massage tonight, of course, I've got one coming up for you. But I have some company that's dropping in on us. And fellas, I think you're going to enjoy the conversation. And ladies, I know you're going to enjoy this conversation as well because you've been watching this lady for a long, long time. Matter of fact, the last time I've had a chance to sit down with her was when she was in a different show. And we'll talk about that. But this young lady is not only an actress, but she is a wonderful writer. And this season, or maybe since the season, or maybe since the series jumped off, she is a co-executive producer. It's a pleasure to be welcoming a dynamic lady of the arts. And her name is Joyful Drake. Good evening to you.
Thank you so much. Good evening to you.
How you been?
I have been blessed. I cannot complain.
I know that's right. Did you just celebrate a birthday?
No. Well, in September, so a couple
You're a
months.
Virgo?
Oh no, I'm
Libra.
actually the first day of Libra, so I have some Virgo tendencies.
Yeah,
Are
yeah.
you? Virgo?
I'm a Virgo.
Oh, okay. I actually get along very well with Virgos.
I mean, we're the most huggable and lovable.
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
There's something behind that. There's something behind that. Well, look, let me first say congratulations because in case y'all don't know, this young lady, Joyful Drake, aka Dr. Drea Logan, she is, of course, a part of this most talked about series that's on the All Black Network called Hush. Now, season one was interesting and it kept us all on the cutting edge. And that's why they're in now season two. So I want to say congratulations because I understand it's already on fire. It's already crazy. Hush. Tell me about Hush. Tell me how this came along.
Yes. Thank you so much for those kind words. Hush is a show that came about, I want to say, was it a year plus ago? The executive producer Bree West and Chuck West, they are with Octet Productions. They produced this wonderful series. They're out of DC. She called me and she's like, Soror, I'm an AKA, and
Okay.
she was like, so shout out to all my skiwis out there. She was like, I've got this show. You'd be perfect for it. I need you to take a read. And I was actually getting ready to hop on a flight to Italy because I was working on a movie out there. And I was like, I'm literally hopping on a plane. I'll read it, and let you know what I think. So I get to Europe and I start reading this show, and she sent me like all the episodes, and I'm supposed to be working on my film, but I put this script down because this character is everything that I'm not, right? She's bossy, she's always in control, she's calculating, she's like, I guess, my alter ego, the person that you want to be. And I just could not get it out of my head. I was like, I have to play this character. She is a juicy, fun character, and so we, worked it out and we made it happen. And now we are on our second season on All Black.
Yeah.
People love the first season, and I think that's a testament to the authenticity of this project.
No, I agree. I totally agree. And this, you mentioned Bree and Chuck. They're husband and wife.
Yes.
And they're from a chocolate city. You know what I mean? They say the ATL's a chocolate city, but DC is kind of a chocolate city too, in my opinion. So they understand the lifestyle. Now, your character, Dr. Drea Logan, you said everything that you're not, but obviously you can relate to. See? Yes?
Exactly. Well, that's my job as an actor, as an artist.
But is it, yeah, but is it as an actor, as an artist, in every script that you read in the span of your career, could you relate to every character or some characters you just couldn't relate to?
Oh yeah. Sometimes you get scripts and whatnot, and you're like, yeah, this isn't me, or I don't want to do. I think, most importantly, you want to have fun when you're working, because it's a lot of hours. Like, people think it's all glamorous, but you're working 15, 16-hour days.
Yeah.
If it's on location, that means you're away from your house, your family, your kids. So it's a big commitment. But certain things, you just like you watch television shows, certain things aren't for you. but the
Right.
ones that are for you, you gravitate towards. And that's the same thing as an artist. Like I always say, I don't need, a bunch of jobs. I just need the one right job. Like I just
Preach.
need one right job that I'm excited for, that'll get me out of bed at 5 a.m. 'Cause that super early. I'm sure you know about that in
I
radio
know.
world.
I know about both worlds. Yes, 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 yes. And once again, we're talking to Joyful Drake. She's a part of Hush. In case you didn't know, she's Dr. Drea Logan, and she's into a situation. I remember hearing about a word, oh, maybe around a year or so ago, maybe more than a year ago. It was called entanglement, and I think you are in some kind of entangled situation as well. But before I continue, I want to get into some music and come back and learn and pull a little bit more. And I want to go into your character because I want to know how Dr. Drea Logan would answer certain questions. So I have a couple of relationship questions because Dr. Drea, if I'm not mistaken, she deals with, I know you deal with sex therapists and relationship stuff, right?
Yeah, I'm a marriage and sex therapist specialist.
Specialist.
Yeah.
And you're just the person. So I'm going to need you like to get into character because you're the exact person I need to talk to and see exactly if you can help us out. You know, you don't mind?
Got you.
But give me one of your give me one of your favorite slow jams because I want to lay it on you.
Oh, I'm old school, and this is one of my favorite groups of all time. I love New Edition. Can You Stand the Rain?
Wow. Come Go Get Wet. So what about that song? Because he says that in the song, Come Go Get Wet. You know
Yeah.
that, right? You know every lyric of that song. I believe Joyful, that every song is related to us in some way, shape, and form. So music is the soundtrack to our lives. Tell me the secret. Why are you attracted? Why do you like that song so much? Is there something in the rain that happened once in your life?
Well, we're not going to go there.
Okay. All right. We'll go into the song. Come back with Joyful Drake inside the Quiet Storm tonight. The Quiet Storm, baby, making it hot, making it sizzle. And this young lady does her own form of sizzling. If you've been watching Hush on the All Black Network, then you know about Dr. Drea Logan. Her real name is Joyful Drake. She is with us on the Love Line tonight and with us in person as well. So I'm glad that you locked in because I'm going to tap into your mind and just pull some great information. But the last time you and I had a chance to talk, you were with on a series called Let's Stay Together. And I had you and the entire cast in studio with me. So you've been doing so much work since then. But how happy and are you now that the strike is over?
Oh, I am beyond happy. The strike was such a difficult time for a lot of people. I will say, like before the strike, I was really, really busy. So I was working. And then when the strike happened, I kind of got a breather and I got to kind of sit back and it was okay. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Until 1 month passed and then 2 months, 4, 5, 6. And I think the strike was necessary. And I think it was very important because as artists, we work very hard. And I'm not just part of SAG-AFTRA. I'm also in the WGA. So I was out there with 2 picket signs, pulling dual. And I believe we all got a really good deal. And I believe it was time to get back to work. But you hear about people struggling. You hear about people selling their cars just to make it eat. And that was very difficult because I work in a business where we're all independent contractors.
Right.
You only get paid once you work. And, the thing about the strike is so many people weren't getting paid. And then you had the crew and the below the line people who were also affected. Mm-hmm. So it was a tough time. Morale was low. People were depressed. And, truth be told, we haven't still really fully gotten back to work. But it's slowly starting because you have the holidays and, the town shuts down holidays. But hopefully January, things will begin to pick up for people.
One of my nieces is an actress, and if the middle line is having a hard time, those coming up in the game are really having a harder time. But I think everything got really exposed, and regular folk got a real good idea of what is going on. And these actors don't make a lot of money, and why are they not getting compensated and taken care of the way they should? Because of course, on the other side of the coin, for those who are not in the business, they see you on the screen, they see you on a TV show, a one-time hit or for a moment, and they think, well, you got a truckload of of money, and that's not always the case. You have to earn your stripes and get your equity up in the game in order for you to, demand a certain price. Am I wrong?
No, you're absolutely right. What they would pay, an up and coming artist for a guest star is different than what I would get paid for a guest
Right,
star, because I've been in the business 20 years. But also I have more bills probably than the
right, right, right.
artist. So it gave, not just the world, but I think everyone an insight into labor relations here
Hmm.
in the United States. Our union leader, Fran Drescher, likes to say, hey, we kicked off a labor movement because the truth of the matter is a lot of the middle class are hurting. I see viral clips about professional people, who have great jobs, and they're not trying to do anything spectacular, but they're having trouble feeding their kids.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
that's a problem that I hope we can address. And if the SAG, AFTRA, and WGA going on strike, set the platform for that to happen, then it was definitely worth it.
Her name is Joyful Drake. She is Dr. Drea Logan on the hit series. Of course, it's called Hush. You've seen season one. You're going back, and if you haven't seen season one, I want you to go and binge watch that, and then catch up on what has just started now, season two of Hush. So,
Yeah.
Doctor, I'm going to your other character now. Doctor how do you explain lust?
Well, lust is a strong desire
Hmm.
for something that you feel will give you immediate gratification.
Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. So, when we meet people, is it in a lustful way or is it an intellectual way? Like when you see a person across the room, is that a
Hmm.
lustful? Because it can't be love, right? Because you don't know the person yet. So, are
I
we
don't,
looking at people lustfully first?
well, it depends. When you think of lust, you think of more sexual gratification, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Um, when you think of love, like it could be a spark. It could be, I believe in love at first sight.
Okay.
I met my husband. We met out, and the first time I saw him, I just had this, like this settling in my soul, where
Okay.
I felt something for him that I hadn't felt for anyone else.
And it
So
wasn't a lustful way. It wasn't a lustful way.
it wasn't in a lustful way. It was
Wow.
more a life partner, like, this is good, like we're supposed to meet, like, it was this connection. I was drawn to him.
Right.
So you have different feelings when you meet people, but you also could see a nice guy or a beautiful girl across the room, and you
Hmm.
could get a little excited. So I believe you can have lust, you can have love, and you can also have your intellectual connection.
Look, see, she's a professional. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, that's Dr. Dre. No, her name is Joyful Drake, but her character name is Dr. Dre Logan. And we're going to tap into Dr. Logan one more time before we let her go. I want to slide into another one of your favorite songs. Give it to me.
Oh, can we do Luther Vandross, A House Is Not a Home?
How can we not? Who made the song first? You got it.
Dionne
Look,
Warwick.
there you go. Dionne Warwick. Happy birthday, Miss Warwick. Happy birthday. Let's get into it. And we'll come back with Joyful Drake inside of the Quiet Storm. The Quiet Storm, baby, is sexy and it's beautiful and it's relaxing. And I thank you for turning me on. I'm Lenny Green, and joining me tonight, the actress, the writer, and now the co-executive producer for season 2 of Hush, which is on the All Black Network. They can stream it at any time. Yes, Joyful
Yeah,
Drake.
actually, right now, Amazon is offering the first season for free on Amazon Prime.
Nice.
You can follow up and sign up for All Black, and we get new episodes of Hush every Thursday. Every Thursday, you will see the scandalous, beautiful ladies on TV.
And I'm glad you used that word because this whole thing is becoming real scandalous. And you guys are not wasting no time. So once again, we got to shout out Chuck and Bree West, who put together this masterful idea to do Hush. Um, your character, Dr. Logan,
Mhm.
is witnessed something in season 1. Now, it sounds to me like Dr. Logan is going to try to set somebody up in order to relinquish her, involvement in any way around this situation. What can you tell me about that, Doctor?
Well, for those that don't know, you're talking about I guess a murder happens, right? And it becomes
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
scandalous murder, a whodunit type situation.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say that season 2, like you said, Bree West and Chuck West from Octech Productions, we shot this out on location in DC. It is fire. It is so elevated from season 1, and it just really is about not only trying to figure out how to solve the first murder, but there may be some more along the way. No, I don't want to give too much away, but I will say that it is an edge on your seat thriller ride. After every episode, you're like, you can't wait till next week, which is going to be so much fun for the viewers, but was also so much fun as an actor and a co-EP, writing and acting in it, and or reading and acting in it and producing it. It's a show. It's something in there for everyone.
What makes it so hot and so appealing to people? Is it the scandalous situations? Is it the lust? Is it the cutting edge? What is it? Because it's hot.
Nothing's off limits, like nothing's off limits. You have all the cast, everyone is different, and there's no judgment. And I think sometimes in the Black community, we can be a little, buttoned up, and we don't really reveal who we really are, or maybe your fantasies or desires. And the thing I love about this show, like Candace Dillard, her character Selena, and her husband, they're into the whole sex world, games, parties and all of that stuff.
Swingers, almost.
But they're very high end swingers,
Well, I'm not gonna say that. Okay.
Or the for my fans, the who do the sex camera work at home, the teasing and whatnot. It really shows you these characters in a way where you see how they got to this point in their lives. So it just takes the masks off, and there's no judgment, and it's really fun to see and play, and it's raw. It's raw.
That's it. So again, Joyful Drake is with us. Her character is Dr. Drea Logan. Okay, before I let you go, I got to run a couple of things by Dr. Drea Logan. So put on your Dr. Drea Logan perspective. Is there anything wrong with just wanting a sexual relationship?
No, there's not. If that's what you truly desire. Okay. The problem is if you have that sexual relationship and then you start to develop feelings, and then one partner wants more than the other partner is willing to give. So if that's all you want, that's fine. You just have to make sure you can handle it.
So there's a lot of polyamorous going around these days. I know you might say, well, to each his own, but overall, from a person who has a wise and broad perspective, is it good? Is it bad?
Well, I feel like you have to be true to yourself, and it's not my thing. I'll just tell you, it's not my thing. Like if you're with me. All right. If I'm with you, I'm with you. Like we go together. That's it. But I think some people get into it because they really like it. And some people get into it for insecurities, and they feel like, maybe they won't find what they really want. So I think it's all good if you're psychologically healthy,
That's
and
nice.
You're emotionally stable enough to know what comes with being in that type of relationship.
And my last question for Dr. Drea Logan would be, and her name is really not Dr. Drea Logan. I just want to keep repeating that. Her name, this is Joyful Drake, but her character on Hush is Dr. Drea Logan. So the last question is, should a person be willing to do something uncomfortable in the bedroom if in order to just keep their relationship?
Should they be willing?
They want to keep their relationship, but they feel uncomfortable doing something obviously their partner wants them to do in the
That's
bedroom.
a great question. I would say if this couple was sitting across from me in my chair,
Right.
is there a way we can find a happy medium? You know, like where you don't have to be fully uncomfortable. Maybe you can find what would make you feel a little bit better, and then let the other person meet them where that person is comfortable. Now, you should never feel disrespected,
Right.
you know, but if you can come to a medium, I would say that's good. But you don't ever want to, you know, feel uncomfortable or unsafe or unsexy in a sexy situation,
Right.
because you're supposed to feel good. You know, sex is not just about the other person. It's about you just as much, you know, about you. And if the other person can't understand that, Dr. Drea Logan would say, they're not the right person for you.
Dr. Jerry Logan would say what?
They're not the right person for you.
Well, you are the right person, and so is your amazing cast of characters on this wonderful show called Hush. Once again, it's on the All Black. She just dropped the dime in terms of Prime is actually giving you a chance to see season 1. So if you missed season 1, you need to do that, and then you need to check out the new season, which is season 2, which I know is going to be continue to be on fire. Who's the spiciest? Who's the well, I can't say craziest because crazy is kind of a little bit everybody, but who's the spiciest?
The spiciest, I think that Candace is kind of spicy, but I also
Really?
think that Karen Ward's character, Jordan, because she's kind of a little undercover. You know what I mean? So you're glimpses into her life where you're like, oh, like she has a whole past. And in season 2, you get to see a little bit of Drea. She's kind of Queen Spice.
I was waiting for you to come out with that one. Okay. Well, look, you know what, Joyful, I appreciate you being so open and honest and just stopping by the Quiet Storm tonight. I really do appreciate it immensely. I wish you continued success, though, with all of your endeavors. You are great at whatever you decide to set your sights on and you get involved with. So we know this series is going to be ongoing for quite some time because it's no end to this. So get comfortable.
Really fun to watch, like with your boo or your partner, because it sparks a little, you know, intimacy, but also some juicy conversations.
So that means you and your husband are having these juicy conversations, because I'm assuming he don't know like the thing ahead of time. So when he's watching it with you, or do you not watch your work after it's done?
Oh no, I have to watch it, especially but my husband, he calls me like when I'm in DC working. He's like, when is Dr. Drea coming home?
I love it. Hey, role play is important in relationships, is it not?
Hey, whatever works for you, right?
Whatever works. That's the bottom line. Congratulations again on the success. Please give my regards to your coworkers and to, of course, the creators, Mr. and Mrs. West, for just doing such a phenomenal job. But thank you for joining us tonight, and look forward to seeing you on the next go round. Season 3.
There you go.
All right. Joyful Drake inside the Quiet Storm.